No matter what liberals say, Donald Trump is going to close the border and deport criminals. And that's the subject of the riff. So all eyes are back on the immigration issue as this horrible Venezuelan gangster who tragically killed Laken Riley was sentenced to life without parole for his vicious murder of the young nursing student. This illegal migrant murderer was caught crossing the border in 2022, quickly paroled and released into the countryside. A year later, he was arrested in New York, charged with several crimes, and released before ICE could get a hold of him. And by the way, he was flown down to Georgia at taxpayer expense. And this is not the first murder committed by an illegal immigrant, nor is it the first time liberal prosecutors in sanctuary cities have released illegal immigrant criminals. But liberals never seem to learn. Donald Trump just won a landslide victory where one of the absolute top key issues was closing the border and stopping the flood of illegals. It was a mandate to change. Yet, listen to some of these liberal whiners who insist on opposing Trump's plan to deport criminals. Just listen to this.
We will not be participating in misguided efforts that harm our communities. It tears families apart, and that's not gonna happen on my watch.
The idea of calling out, the army into the domestic confines of the United States seems uncalled for and may in fact be unconstitutional and illegal.
We are not cooperating with those efforts that actually threaten the safety of everyone by causing widespread fear.
You know, the idea that Trump's going to break up families or have the military roam around cities or incarcerate grandmothers, all this is complete bogus red herrings, okay? Has nothing to do with anything. New border czar Tom Homan has made it very clear that any use of the military will be for non-enforcement duties like transportation or infrastructure or administration. The idea that liberals are going to sort of stand in the schoolhouse door or make it the city hall steps nowadays, and they're going to stop Mr. Trump from deporting criminals is not only dumb politics, it's also unlawful. Want to make this case. I'm not the lawyer, but first up, federal law supersedes local law. Second up, Section 287G of the Immigration and Nationalization Act allows ICE enforcement and removal operations to identify and remove incarcerated criminal non-citizens. It also permits ICE and other immigration officials to collaborate with state and local law partners to protect the homeland through the arrest and removal of non-citizens who undermine the safety of our nation's communities. And again, I want to repeat, federal law supersedes local law. Now, Mr. Trump and Mr. Homan will undoubtedly use these and other statutes to send the criminals back home, to stop the terrorists from coming here, and to close the border. This is what he was elected to do in a landslide. And if liberals keep fighting it, then they're just going to keep losing landslide elections. Perhaps that's a great outcome. That's the riff tonight anyway.